Alright guys, today we're going to talk about sexuality in tabletop RPGs. Now, what I'm really wanting to get into the meat of is how do you roleplay this, and how is it really done in your campaigns, or is it done? Are your campaigns just, we go to dungeon, we fight monster, we get loot, or is there more roleplay, or is that sufficient roleplay, just getting quests, finding that, do you and your groups not really find time for much else? Everyone has different wants and needs for a game, you know what I mean? A lot of them really do just want to sit down for a shorter amount of time, and that doesn't give as much leeway for hanging out in the bar or meeting people, or maybe they're not really interested in meeting all the NPCs. Maybe they really don't care what the shopkeeper's name is, but my groups generally do. Not that they pursued romance that much, but, I prefer the living, breathing world, so I definitely try to give them that option. Um, Generally speaking, in my games, you will find a lot more success with love and romance, and yes, eventually sex if you do pursue someone romantically. Just trying to spend money to get laid. That might fly at a brothel, but you're still gonna role play stuff. There is absolutely no way you can just roll in and drop money. Because they're gonna meet you at the door and start like that, just role play. Hi, welcome. Please come this way. You know, do you have anything in particular in mind? They know why you came to the brothel. Or maybe you don't know it's a brothel and you think it's a bar where all the barmaids are just dressed in really nice, alluring dresses. That can make for some great roleplay. Now, I did set up some roleplay for one group in a setting, but not many of them actually took to it that well, in my opinion. I think they were role-playing their characters. Basically, they had saved the village from bugbears, etc., etc. So the tiny village, it's not really quite a village by D&D standards. It doesn't have enough people. It had like 20-something people total. Most of them were young. I mean, like, the reason why it was so small, the rest of them had gone to the mining town, but that's beside the point. So they're throwing a party, and of course all the young women show up to dance with the heroes. No female party members makes that a lot easier, but if there had been, well, there would have been a lot of nice young men there too. Because I hook up everyone. Or not play matchmaker, just everyone gets the same thing. Crystal Geyser, it's what GMs drink. Free endorsement. So never getting paid for that. Anyways, by the way, I have a sore throat. That's Jay's fault. Moving on. Um, Yeah, so the monk, being, the celibate monk dude, sort of rolls up and, or is just sitting by himself, and of course one of the girls takes interest in him. Young, athletic male, a hero. Kidding me? Not like I'm gonna do you interest, just like, hey, he's cute. And sort of rolls up and, sort of like, oh, I don't really know how to dance. By the way, I told them all to build, like, adventurers, like someone who could actually live in this world and, also adventure, like use rope, cooking, skills like that. None of them took dance. I'm like, really? Anyone care to explain to the DM how you managed to make it your entire life without attending a single village festival and dancing? Ever? Yeah. But at least one point in that, please. Always. But yeah, so he rolled poorly and sort of like stumbled a bit, and she was sort of amused, like, oh, he doesn't know how to dance that well. It's not that big of a deal. Generally the women in my campaign, their NPCs are kind-hearted, but can be very catty at the same time. So she's kind of like, oh, I think maybe I should lead. And then she sort of switches the hand position. She's like, oh, okay. And then like it comes to the part in the dance where he would spin her, so she just spins him, and that made for some interesting role play, a little awkward for him. Fun for me. Oh yeah, I had fun playing those girls. Anyways, so next dude was married in the game, short, but the girl didn't know that, and was just sort of like dancing with him, and he wasn't really taking to it, and he was always playing like the I'm the quiet brooding rogue type, so like he eventually, so she just like dragged him onto the dance floor. You know how girls are, or how, yeah, whenever I've been at anywhere where people were dancing, the shy people always got dragged on the dance floor, either by men or women. So yeah. That's my interpretation of a dance. Anyways, so that didn't go so well, and he sort of like snubs her a bit. It's like, man, I'm not interested. And then she was kind of, okay. Moving on to next person. Actually, it was him and then the monk. He was the first to be danced with. We tried to get the hero dude, the knight village leader, actually ex-military, very to the point. Did not feel like dancing. He had a legitimate excuse though, so he didn't get dragged on the dance floor. Oh yeah, I'm wounded. Mayor's daughter takes interest in him, and the reason why he got so much attention is, dude, it's a knight. I mean, are you kidding me? That has huge social status in a medieval setting. So, there's some political intrigue going on there at the side. I was running all of this, and this was me as a new GM running a party. I had a blast. I love social settings as opposed to just combat. Um, Next was Buckler, a little halfling thing. I'd like to say halfling, maybe a dwarf. Anyways, so he gets like picked up and lifted over her head, like how the boy usually follows the girl. Because again, they rolled horribly for dancing, and the girls had dancing like five because, well, seriously, what else do you have to do in a medieval village of 24 people? um, yeah, so that was amusing, and he was sort of like the hyperactive one. Very amusing character. And lastly, we had the human fighter dual weapon dude who also again none of them had points in dance. Yeah, he kind of had to go right afterwards, rolled bad, and then like he actually took to the role play of it very well. It seemed like he was being polite, almost romantic with her, kind of showing interest. Yeah, but then he had to actually leave for real life reasons, and that goes. So, like, and the guys are all, giving him a hard time on the sides, and I interpret it as in character because I'm me. And they're like, oh, is that your longsword, or are you just happy to see me? And she's sort of just like, his sword doesn't seem to be that long. Like, why? Why are you saying that? Sort of like innocent person, like actually referencing the weapon. He actually was like walking away. He's like, oh, screw you guys. Ah. And I'm like, wait, no, I was talking about the weapon. Oh, he might be compensating. So yeah, they tend to be very catty. But how do your worlds really handle sexuality in your games? How's homosexuality viewed? I mean, is it a problem or is it just something that's really uncommon and kind of like unexpected? Like imagine an NPC walking in and finding, or a barmaid, just like, oh yeah, that mead you ordered, yeah, have it right up. It takes a while to prepare the meal that comes with it, all of that, and the main hero dude's getting with another dude, and she walks in. Okay, here's your. Oh my God. Oh, oh. Oh, okay, so sorry. I'll just come back later. Sort of like, walking in whenever anyone's having sex, but, it's homosexual, and it's a man and a man, and you're not expecting that. How does that go on? Very amusing. For me, and I mean, it's not that I don't take this sort of thing seriously, it's just that I'm bisexual, so it's kind of not a big deal to me at all. Like, oh, you're straight? Oh, you're gay? Oh, you're bi? That's all fine with me. Be who you are. Have fun in my world that I built for you. I built a living and persistent world. All my worlds are very LGBT friendly. I mean, if you want to cross dress, people might find that strange. Some people might even be supportive of you just because it's like, yeah, you be who you are. That's the right thing to do, you know what I mean? It's like you're not afraid to show that you are, that you want to dress like a woman. Okay. Some people might be mildly supportive, kind of confused by it. Some people might be angry by it. I don't like putting bigotry in my games, and it's not necessarily bigotry. They're just confused. They don't know what the hell's going on. They've never seen this before. It's weird to them. Or maybe it's not. It's a wonderful fantasy world. Um, how do places with low populations handle homosexuality versus bustling cities? Yeah, we've got like 10 people in the village. We totally can't have two gay dudes and two lesbian dudes. That leaves six people who can mate with each other, and three of them are old. We can't do that. It doesn't work. I don't know. I mean, what do you really think about it? How often does it even come up? I mean, how often does romance come up? How do you handle romance? Is it like traditional courtship where people go on dates? How do you handle interracial dating? What if the elf wants to go out with an orc and the orc's actually a very well studied person and very well rounded? It isn't just grr, I smash you. Maybe instead of wanting to be like the rest of the dwarven society, he took interest in the elven lands beside him and studied along them and developed a relationship with an elven girl. How does that pan out in whatever society they're in? They're just like, oh, that's cute. They're on a date. Okay, maybe they're accepting of them just dating. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But then they don't want them to have kids because they're like, what the fuck's an orc elf hybrid thing gonna look like? Oh, that's not natural. I mean, where do you, how do people view it? I'm really trying to promote discussion and thought here. I hope this doesn't seem too much like rambling. Wrapping this up, um, how do you handle it in more school type environments, like say a college? I mean, how is your group really accepting that? How do you handle it when you have more religious people in the group? I mean, what if someone's a devout Christian or some sort of other religion or just isn't particularly fond of homosexuality, but someone else in the group is? That's a group dynamic you're gonna have to work with, and if you're allowing sexuality in your games, it really could become a problem. However, I've never seen it become a problem ever because no one here is unaccepting of homosexuality. And, well, in my games, I'm bi. So, if they were, they probably wouldn't sit down at my table. Not that if someone was, I wouldn't just talk with them and be like, you know, you have your views, I have my lifestyle. Whatever. But that's been my thoughts and a little bit of my own roleplay experience with it. I mean, you know, be sensual, be romantic. I mean, there's 12 steps to an orgasm for a woman, and foreplay is essential. You know, romance is essential. If she's not aroused, she's not gonna come and talk. Wow, this video is getting a lot dirtier than I meant it to. And the same with guys. I mean, foreplay really is essential to any romantic or sexual experience. I mean, yeah, romance and foreplay is essential to any sexual thing. Yeah. Um, I mean, I've been with men and women. And haven't. I'm not. I don't do people much, but foreplay makes everything better. Yeah. Advice. That's mine for you. Foreplay. Back rubs can be a good place to start, but that's. Don't think that a back rub always means that it's something more than a back rub, because a lot of the times it really just is a back rub. Guys, just because she's letting you rub her back does not mean she wants you to fuck her. It could just mean that, you know, she wanted a back rub. Anyways, that was my video. That nice little awkward bit at the end for you guys. Bye!